Hey guys.
Alright folks, we're here today to check out a Patreon request from this patrono right here. The name of the band, I believe, is pronounced Kanonenfieber. I'm gonna go with that.
Kanonenfieber.
Kanonenfieber. And the name of the song is Waffenbrüder.
It's pretty good.
I think I did pretty good.
The name of the band sounds like a dude who plays in the Bundesliga.
Holding midfielder.
Yeah, Nicholas Kanonenfieber.
Oh, yeah, that fucking Nicholas playing for Kaiserslautern. Anyhow, before we get started with this, you know what I found out in our last video, Melodica Brothers, Melodica Bros, whatever, that we were talking about Skoda?
Yeah.
They're fucking owned by Das Auto.
Really?
Fucking Das Auto owns Skoda.
Oh shit.
Holy shit. It's like they're like, you know, like their shitty brand, like the parts that are not good enough to make it into a Das Auto goes into a Skoda.
Yeah. It's like how Pepsi owns Aquafina.
Nah, it's not quite the same.
Yeah, like Pepsi's pretty good.
So is Aquafina. You know, and I know you're not a big Aquafina fan, but in terms
in terms of Dasani or Aquafina,
I think Aquafina over Dasani any day of the week.
But either way, they both taste like motor oil. Aquafina tastes a little bit better when it's cold.
Yeah, when it's cold. I mean,
when it's cold,
for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Das Auto owns Skoda.
Wow.
Yeah.
Skoda.
Yeah.
Damn.
So the chances of us getting a Skoda are like now slim to none.
I don't know about that, man. We have
we do a lot of publicity for Das Auto.
Exactly. We have a lot of German fans, and plus for them giving us a Skoda, I feel like it's nothing to them.
Yeah, that's like Valco sending us a free pair of headphones.
Yeah, like.
And by the way, if you need a pair, there's a link in the description of the video. You guys can go pick one.
It's been a while since we did one.
Yeah, that was pretty good. It was a spot on.
It's like when record labels send us stuff. It's like, oh, we'll just go in the warehouse and send something. It's like, you know, the Skodas are in the warehouse. They're not on the floor.
They can probably send it in parts, and then I'll put it together in the backyard.
Yeah, with some
instructions and an Allen key. Well, they're not from Sweden, so maybe there is a wrench involved.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not gonna be missing any parts.
Yeah. And the instructions will be very clear and precise. All right,
do this, then this.
Now.
If you do this before this, you're not doing it right.
Now, do it now.
Now.
All right, so Waffenbrüder. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's fucking check this out. Fuck, I love this shit. That is fucking cool. That one looks like a painter. Trying to think story checks out.
Schon von Kindertagen her, zusammen durchgeschlagen, Freundschaft, immer währt, wir träumten uns die Welt.
That's a big bread slice. Holy shit.
Wir kannten uns seit Jahren, schon von Kindertagen her. Zusammen durchgeschlagen, Freundschaft, die immer währt. Wir träumten uns die Welt, nachts am Lagerfeuer. Nichts, uns noch hält. Zusammen ins Abenteuer, Nachts 16 eingezogen. Wir sollen an die Front, die Uniform sogleich bezogen. Die Brust geschwellt vor Stolz, im gleichen Regiment. Wir blieben stets vereint, im Oktober 1916 war es dann so weit. Wir waren Waffenbrüder, Freunde auf Lebensdauer. Wir waren Waffenbrüder, nichts, das uns entzweit. Wir waren Waffenbrüder, von Kindertagen an. Wir waren Waffenbrüder, im Kampf fürs Vaterland.
Fuck, it's like the guy's like ghost as he's walking away. Oh. All right. All right.
It's not his ghost who's walking away.
No. But the guy looked like himself, like he was a ghost, like he had died as well,
Oh.
and it was the ghost walking away from the grave of his friend. Because basically, the two friends, as they were as kids, then they end up in the war.
Because this is
Fighting together.
This is World War One.
Of course, it's World War One. You can tell by the outfits.
By
and-
everything. And there was the German army was conscription. I remember. Prove me wrong, please, if I am wrong.
I don't know, because the little toy thingies, they had the Austrian flag on it. It was not the German flag on it. But I know I'm assuming listen, guys, I'm no William Wallace here, so I don't know much about it.
William Wallace.
I don't know much about history, but I remember that I believe the Austrian army or whatever was part of the German part of on that side of the war.
Austro-Hungarian
Hungarian army, yeah. So, but the little figurines had the Austrian flag on it.
Yeah. But I know it was.
So the two guys could have been Austrian.
But I know it was conscription. Like I know.
Because they look like character. They look like from that time of the hills are alive with the sounds of music. I think that was in Austria too. So they're dressed like that.
All I know is it was conscription. Like they were forced to be there. Like they didn't have a choice to go. They had to be there. So
as it is in most of cases in times of war, not everybody goes like volunteers in there.
I know, but some are more volunteer work than others.
All right.
Usually the losing side is not the volunteering.
There's volunteers on both sides.
No. I think normally the losing side is the conscription side.
That's not necessarily
In the past 3, yes.
Not necessarily.
When I say last year, I mean World War One, World War Two, and Vietnam.
Let me give you an example. Portugal, for example. When I was growing up, going to the army was mandatory. So you were a conscript. So if I went, you had to go for 3 years. So whenever you went, if a war broke out, guess what? You're going. I didn't volunteer.
True.
Like, so most armies are. That's how they were made up. Every country now has changed their rules, but when I was growing up, most countries they had mandatory army service. Even Canada had mandatory army service.
Some still do.
Some still do.
A lot do.
Like Portugal was 3 years at the time of my dad. Then for my brother was 1 year. Then when it was my time, I think it was 9 months. Like it kept decreasing. And then he went 100% volunteer. Now it's 100% volunteer.
Yeah, and you still were like, fuck that shit.
Nope, not going.
Can't make me.
Nope. unless you give like I didn't feel the vibe. Like I wasn't vibing with it.
I wasn't vibing with it.
I wasn't, like green is not my color. Like I just feel like green is not my color, and hanging out with a bunch of dudes, that didn't seem like a great idea. Tight quarters. To me, it kind of sounds like prison, if you ask me. Just like you have a shooting range, not in prison, like, and you do some drills and shit like that. But I don't know. I'm glad I didn't get to go. So, anyhow,
I love the little figurines.
Me too.
Because even when I was a kid, I had a not to this
not
detail.
This detail. Holy shit!
I wish, because I'm an only child, right? So for me, imagination was the key.
I didn't have internet. Imagination for me was the key.
True. But also, when I was a kid, most of the time I'd be playing with my toys.
I thought you were going to say you were going to be playing with yourself. I
Mm,
thought you were going to say that.
no,
Oh, fuck.
no.
Missed
Like, I
opportunity.
remember I had that big tub of army
Yeah,
guys.
no, I bought you. Like, they're all green.
No. There was four
Oh,
things.
four different...
There was Americans,
Japanese,
British, Japanese, and
German.
German.
Yeah.
And they were all different colors to make sure. That
Yeah,
you knew
yeah.
which
So you
ones
don't
were
get...
which.
because it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to tell them apart otherwise.
They're army guys.
The army guys, not the real people.
And I remember I used that to the peak of what it was because
While playing Sabaton songs.
no, dude, because that's like the best, dude. Army guys are like, in my opinion, even now as at my age,
No, the stuff that they did in the video, like the figurines.
those are cool.
Not
stuff.
the ones that the two kids were playing with, because
No,
those
no,
were kind
these
of like
ones,
lame.
like the
But the ones that the video opens up with, and then there's some scenes where you get the guys like being treated by the medic.
Yeah.
That shit, like that is really cool.
That's
People still do that. You can buy like airplanes and tanks, and you paint them
Yeah.
yourself and whatever.
That stuff's cool as fuck.
I think that shit is fucking cool. I couldn't do it. I don't have any sort of inclination for it, but I think that shit is fucking cool. I
A
love
lot of
that.
history museums also have like similar stuff like that in glass to show you
to
kind
develop like a scene and show
yeah,
you,
to
like-
show you how stuff was, and I always love that shit. It's so it kind of brings you as an overhead viewer to whatever was happening.
So now moving on from that into the actual song.
Fuck. Oh, Waffenbrüder. Dude, that shit was so fucking good. Oh,
It was fucking good.
the song.
German black metal is something else, eh?
Was it? Yeah, it's black metal, but like it has it doesn't feel fully like black metal.
Yeah, but it's pretty black metal.
It's pretty black metal, but I mean, dude, so good, so good, so good. That chorus is really good.
It's not like 1914 black metal,
no,
but
no.
it's a little bit more melodic than that. But it's fucking good. This is really good, and I can't believe I've never heard of this band before.
I know Nicholas Kanonenfieber.
Oh fuck, that Kaiserslautern Hoden Milfieder.
Holding midfielder. The Kaiserslautern holding midfielder. Number 34. Nicholas Kanonenfieber.
I'm glad you didn't say 77. Anyhow,
That's crazy.
the bottom line is that this is fucking good, dude.
That's really good.
This is fucking good. I'm blown away by this. I've never heard of the band before, and this is our introduction to them. It's fucking amazing. And I love the story of the two kids playing war with each other.
I know.
You know, and then next thing you know, they're grown-ups and they're at the war, and you know, like, fuck, life comes at you fast. And it's fucking good. The song, the sound, the vocals are really good too. I don't know, it hits harder because it's not in English, I find. Like, if it was in English, probably would be kind of
also
lame.
the story hits hard because it's like...
You're kind of following, we don't know what he's saying, but we're kind of following based on what you're seeing.
Yeah. It reminds me a little bit of All Quiet on the Western Front. Like how it's those school kids and they all join up together and one by one they're getting picked off.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say it reminds you of the 100 Days Offensive. Because that song is kind of about that.
And kind of about that too, yeah. But dude... Dude, so good. That chorus is so good.
The chorus is magnificent.
So good.
The whole song is magnificent.
But that
Don't
chorus
get me wrong,
is
the whole
so
song
good.
is magnificent, but that chorus slaps.
It does.
Fuck, that chorus slaps hard. I just fucking love this shit.
Like one of those pieces of bread across the face.
Dude, that bread, man.
I don't know what it is.
You could put 2 wheels on that shit and make a skateboard.
Dude,
It's fucking big.
Human beings were different back then. Like, I can't just eat a piece of bread. Like, when I had food poisoning and you guys were like, oh, just make a piece of bread. I can't eat bread by itself. It's dry and it's bread.
You love bread, but you put like
you have to put shit on it
put
to make
butter,
it good.
Butter the bread with butter.
Exactly.
That's what you do.
But back then they weren't doing that. They weren't even toasting that bitch.
No, because what fucking toaster is that bread gonna fit in?
None.
You need an oven for that shit. This thing is like a pizza. Like
in the trenches, they're eating them from the loaf.
That's even heavier because you know that shit is like
Also
hard
stale.
hard as fuck. You know what I mean?
That's why they weren't biting into. Some of them weren't biting into. Some of them were picking off
Little pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck. But this fucking song, unbelievable. Thank you to the Patrono that sent this our way. Fuck, man, this band is fucking good. I love it. I wonder if this is like a new record or some shit like that. I don't know.
But I kind of want to hear more.
Me too.
I want to know if the rest of their stuff is also kind of like war-based.
Yeah.
Like, are these guys a war-based band too? And why are all these war-based bands that do black metal war?
Sounds amazing.
Dude.
Sound
good.
amazing. That's what I'm saying.
So good.
Who cares about Vikings and shit? Give me this fucking shit. I like this stuff. Like, because I feel like black metal, with this theme behind it, it paints like I've never been in the trenches and I hope I'll never be. But I feel like
will never
it
be,
paints.
because even if you go to war now, they don't do trenches. But yeah.
Perfect. So what I was gonna say is, black metal and with this theme, it almost paints a vivid picture of what I imagine that life to be.
Yeah.
Like it's just no other style of sound does it.
It being in German.
Oh, that makes it even 1,000 times better.
10 times better.
1,000 times better. Yeah, 100%. Because it has that. The German language sounds very abrasive.
But especially because of what they're.
It sounds like it has
what
this
you're looking at
abrasiveness to it.
is matching what you're listening to.
Well, and the guy singing sounds like he's like one of the lieutenants telling the guys to like go fight and whatever. Schnell.
Schnell.
Yeah.
I almost said arriba, but that's completely different.
Arriba.
You know, like Speedy Gonzalez.
I know, fuck, he's not German.
Vámonos, arriba. What would Speedy Gonzalez be if he was German?
Yeah, Schnell. With his Lederhosen, telling people to Schnell in Oktoberfest. Fuck. Speaking of Oktoberfest, did you hear that Jens Lehmann got completely hammered and he got stopped by the cops?
Really?
Yeah, he drank way too much at Oktoberfest. Apparently, he got like destroyed, and then he thought it was a good idea to get in the car and drive home.
Oh.
And then the cops stopped him and they said, no.
They probably stopped him for a taillight violation too. They didn't even stop him because he was driving weird. I feel like the German alcohol, like, your tolerance level is very high.
By the way, when he was playing, I don't think he's playing anymore, right? He retired.
Fuck, right? He retired a long time ago.
So, but when he was playing,
his son plays.
He looked drunk when he was playing anyway. So maybe that was just his regular way of being.
That's how he was.
Maybe for him, every day was Oktoberfest. You know, for some people, every day is Halloween. So maybe for him, every day was Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
You know?
Who
Just
knows?
saying. When I saw that story, I was like, fuck. God damn.
We gotta go to Oktoberfest one year.
And speaking of Germans, one more thing before we go really quick. This the woman at my workplace, her daughter is 9 years old and she into Formula One racing. She loves racing.
Mm-hmm.
So she wants to dress as like a race car driver for Halloween. So I told the mother, get her a wheelchair, dress her in red, and she can be Michael Schumacher.
Or put bandages all over her face and she's Niki Lauda.
Oh. By the way, Schumacher went to his daughter's wedding. Apparently, all the cell phones had to be left at the door because they didn't want any pictures of the vegetables. All right. On that note, moving on. Something that Schumacher doesn't do very well these days. We're gonna go and see you all at the next video, perhaps.
See ya.